Are you looking for the most humane electronic dog fence on the market for 2025? Watch this video. Hey folks, it's Adam with Outdoor Pet Solutions. If you've been researching electronic dog fencing options to keep your dog safely contained in your yard, it doesn't take long to see that there's a lot of different options out there. There's various technologies that are available, from GPS to wireless to the in-ground dog fencing, and I've put together a video a while back breaking down those differences in the technologies, and the conclusion to that video is that the in-ground dog fencing options are the most reliable. GPS and wireless just haven't come up to speed yet, and the in-ground dog fencing type systems have been around since the mid-1970s. It's a pretty solid technology to rely on to help teach your dog to stay in your yard. But just like the different technologies, with the in-ground dog fences, there's a lot of different options out there from various different brands and manufacturers. So how on earth do you choose? I've been in the business for over 20 years, and I put my hands just about on every manufacturer and every product that's available. What I've discovered over the years is that not only the concept of keeping your dog in your yard is important, equally as important is that your dog remains comfortable in your yard. So using a product that treats your dog fairly is going to ensure they remain comfortable in the yard. So we're going to open up the OPS 1000 just as it would come if you placed your order today. I'm going to briefly go over the components that come in the box. If you're looking for a detailed breakdown of those components, check out this video that I put together a while back. It will break down each component separately, comparing it to the most common dog fencing products that are available on the market. But for today, we're going to emphasize the features that cater to the humane approach to teaching your dogs their new boundaries. The systems on the market today rely on what is called sharp stimulus. These are your traditional shock collars. These shock collars deliver a very sharp, painful stimuli that gets your dog's attention. But over the years, dog behavior experts and dog trainers alike have come to the realization that that sharp stimuli is unnecessary and can lead to problematic behaviors down the road. So I set out to change the dog fencing industry in my area to provide a more humane approach to training your dogs to stay in the yard. And the first step in that approach was to ensure that I am using fence collars that are true training collars and not traditional shock collars. What is a true training collar? Training collars use a different sensation than the sharp stimuli that traditional shock collars would use. It uses blunt stimuli. What this means is it contracts muscles. It's no different than a TENS unit that a chiropractor would use on your back to contract muscles. That is what a true training collar does. Dogs are easily trainable. They want to be trained. They want to be worked. So it will come easy to them to understand what it is you're teaching them if you approach it appropriately. So although the OPS 1000 system delivers a contracting muscle sensation, it has a large range of intensity, 30 levels in total, that can be dialed down for very sensitive dogs all the way up to the larger dogs that will need more contraction of the muscles to get their attention. Because again, this type of fencing is all about training. You're not going to purchase a dog fence system and assume you're just going to put the collar on the dog after you set it up and the dog's just going to magically stay in the yard. That's not how this works at all. You have to train them. Not only should you be seeking out a product that delivers a humane sensation rather than a sharp stimuli, you should be following a professional's guide on how to appropriately train your dog to their new boundaries. So let's open up the box and find out why the OPS 1000 is the most humane dog fencing solution for you. All right, so if you order your OPS 1000, it'll come in a box that looks just like this. Now, the standard kit includes 500 feet of cable. If you order more than that, you'll get multiple boxes of the same size that will include the extra wire that you ordered. So let's dive in. So right up top, you'll have your packing slip. This will include your receipt, details of your order. And then this white box on top contains the brains of the operation. And then down below, you'll have your wiring components, the wire, the flags, and the splices and whatnot. We'll go over that in just a second. Open up your white box. And inside, right on top, is a blue folder. This blue folder is the holy grail of underground dog fencing. What I mean by that is for years and years, professional dog fencing installers have kept the secrets that are inside this folder close to the chest. Why? Because they want to sell you a dog fence. I'm in the business. I want to come out and install the system for you and help you along the way. But what I figured out was that there's a lot of DIYers out there that are not interested in hiring somebody. And the only options they had out on the market were these very cheaply made DIY kits that you can buy off the shelf at the pet store or on eBay or Amazon. And the information that comes in those kits are printed over in China most of the time, and the step-by-step instructions on how to install it and train your dog appropriately was very minimal. And it led to a lot of confusion and frustration through the process that ultimately led to them picking up the phone and calling a professional out to help them. So I put together this kit to kind of break that mold a little bit. You get to do it yourself and get the satisfaction of installing it yourself and working with your dog. Plus, you get to save a lot of money by purchasing this kit versus hiring a company to come out and do it for you. So you'll be armed with the necessary information within this folder. We'll start by walking you through how to properly set up the fence system, and most importantly, how to train your dog to the fence system appropriately. Then, underneath the bubble wrap, you have yourself the component, which includes the fence transmitter. This is what's going to produce the radio frequency through the buried cable that you're going to install around your yard. And then the collar itself is what is tuned to the radio signal that's coming off that wire that will react appropriately as you train your dog. Along with the transmitter and the fence receiver collar is your AC adapter for the transmitter, your charging cable for the rechargeable receiver collar, a set of 6 AA batteries. These are used in the transmitter as a backup battery system integrated in the transmitter. In the event the power goes out, your fence system will continue to work as normal, keeping your dog in the yard. And then when the power restores, it'll switch back to the AC power. You have some extra long tip probes for the receiver collar in case your dog has thicker, dense fur. We also have even longer probes available on the website for those really thick coats, like for Pyrenees and Bernese Mountain Dogs, breeds of that nature. There is a surge unit right here that is included with the kit. That is very, very important. You're going to get every single component that I use in my professional installations all in this kit. The surge protector is very important. I had a customer not too long ago reach out to me and ask, how necessary is the surge unit? Well, I've got a video where I show you exactly what can happen if you don't use the surge unit. Lightning will strike in and around your area, and if it happens to, it will feed up that line and it will destroy your transmitter and could possibly damage your home. You essentially have a large antenna that's buried underground, so it's very important to use the provided surge unit so that you protect your home and your equipment. And this is what I want to emphasize: the training receiver collar. This collar is a real training collar. It's going to deliver the blunt stimulus, which is just contraction of muscles for your dog to learn their new boundaries, instead of using the localized sharp stimuli that is a traditional shock collar. As you're training your dog around the yard, you want to maintain a positive association with the yard, because the end result is, if you don't use this type of system and instead use one of those other systems that are available on the market, you're going to run the risk of your dog become what we call a porch sitter. This is where they're just going to sit on the front porch or the back porch and they're too scared to venture off into the yard, which is totally counterintuitive to what you're trying to achieve. You want your dog to use the yard happily, running around, getting their exercise and playing, all while safely contained. And so it's a delicate balancing act of using the appropriate equipment and following a training process that caters to the humane approach of keeping your dog safely contained in the yard. Again, if you're looking for a very detailed breakdown of additional features that are available with the OPS 1000, be sure to check out that video I put out a while back. There'll be a link down in the description. And now I'll quickly go over the wiring components that are available in the kit as well. So in your OPS 1000 kit, you'll also get a set of training flags. There are 100 in your kit. If you add additional rolls of wire, which come in 500-foot rolls, you will get an additional 100 training flags. I've had customers in the past accidentally order additional training flags because they didn't realize that for every roll of wire they order, they'll get the 100 training flags. Also, when you add additional wire, you'll get additional splices as well. So for every 500 feet that you add to your order, you'll get 2 extra splices. These splices are used to connect the additional rolls of wire together. Standard in your dog fence kit comes a 100-foot roll of pre-twisted wire. This will make your job a whole lot easier when you're installing the system because you don't have to tie up any of your boundary wire with trying to twist wire together. You twist this together to cancel the signal where it runs from the transmitter out to the perimeter wire. That way your dog can run freely all the way around the yard and not receive a correction where the wire is coming from the transmitter out to the boundary. So this is very handy and convenient for the installation. And then of course you've got the 500-foot roll of very heavy duty wire. This is the same grade of wire that I use in my professional installations. It is 14 gauge solid core copper with a 45 mil jacket, a very thick proprietary dense jacket, which means it can take a beating, it can withstand the UV light, and everything that nature can throw at it, it can handle. And if you install it properly, just the way I show you in the folder, you will have years of use out of this with 0 issues. A lot of the other kits out on the market come with a very thin gauge, lightweight wire. The reason for that is they want to be able to ship it to you very inexpensively. The shipping cost to get this heavy wire and this whole kit out to you is a bit more expensive, and that's part of the reason the cost of this kit is a bit higher than what you can buy cheaply at the pet store or online somewhere. I want to stress that the training process laid out in your blue folder, the Gentle Approach training program, is catered to dogs of all types, breeds, sizes, you name it. And because it's laid out to cater to dogs of all types, it's an easier approach to the training. Your dog will pick up on the concept so much easier by following the steps in this guide. This is the exact same training program that I teach my customers on site here in Nashville when I go out and install a system for them. Plus, when you order the OPS 1000, you're gonna get full access to me. You can pick up the phone, call me, text me, or email me anytime, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have along the way. You're basically getting of a professional installation company the higher end components of the dog fencing equipment, professional's guide to training your dog to the fence system, and the over-the-phone support that you would normally get by hiring a professional installer, all while saving thousands of dollars proudly installing the system all on your own. So if you've been searching for the absolute best and most humane dog fencing solution on the market that happens to be backed by the industry's leading service and support, look no further than Outdoor Pet Solutions and order the OPS 1000 today. There'll be a link down in the description where you can order yours, and all the pricing includes UPS ground shipping direct to you. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye.